Comics, the way we know them, began in the 19th century with short, funny stories in newspapers. That's actually where the name comes from. Comic means funny. In 1895, a comic called The Yellow Kid helped make them really popular. Then in 1938, Superman appeared in Action Comics. And a year later, Marvel published its first comic. This started what's known as the Golden Age of comics, led by creators like Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. By the 1980s, people were getting bored of simple good versus evil stories, but new, more daring ideas brought comics back to life. In the UAE, comic book culture is still small, but there are fans opening small shops. One shop owner even shared his story with us.
Who are the most popular comics books heroes?
I think it's always changing. It's always different. I would say the classics are always the most popular. Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, I would say are the top three. Iron Man is up there, but sometimes you'd see someone get a bit more popular for a little while, but those are the four big names.
So, who is the target audience that actually comes to your store?
My target audience is everyone, because we have stuff, as you see, from Pokemon all the way to comics. So we have kids coming in here as young as 5 years old, all the way to people who are 60 who just still love comic books. So it's a matter of just what you love. No, I think though, close to 60 or 60s might be I've seen a couple of them that buy some comics, and they're just I just love reading it in my relaxing time. Or they come with their kids and they're I used to love this as a kid, so now I'm showing it to my kids or my grandkids or whatever.
Have you ever had any famous guests visit your store?
So we've had Liam Sharp, who signed, but we have had, I think, local celebrities maybe stop by and buy something. And I think the most popular person we've seen come by was Roger Federer, famous tennis player. He came by with his kids and bought some stuff. So it's cool to see literally anyone come in and unexpectedly someone walk in and is wait, I know you. You look like Roger Federer. I am Roger Federer. It's oh, wow, that's cool.
What do you think about future of the comics industry in general?
Well, I hope it's there to last. I think it's one of those things that we've seen ups and downs, and there's always going to be ups and downs. People weren't talking about comics as much before Iron Man came out in 2008. And, it's one of those things that I think is definitely at a point where sometimes it goes a bit low. Maybe there's not some good movies, and then all of a sudden it's big again. Batman is 80 plus years. That's crazy, and he's still around. So I think it's a big deal.
What do you think about comics industry in the Middle East, and do you see the future of comics in the Middle East? Because I haven't seen comics in bookshops here. I guess maybe few one, maybe Asterix and Obelix, but nothing really popular heroes. So what do you think?
Yeah, I think that it's a growing thing, because in the Middle East, we're one of the fastest growing areas in the world. If you I was born and raised in Dubai, and in the early 90s, there's almost nothing in Dubai. And now everyone in the world knows what Dubai is. Everyone's traveling here. We're hitting record highs of tourism. So I think it's all growing. We're getting there. We're getting to a point that it's going to really grow and become big. So it's interesting to see, because we've not really had a comic book store, like you said. And I think I was one of the first to said, let's open a comic book store. So it's getting there. We're getting to a bigger point, hopefully.
So is it easy to start reading the comics?
It's the easiest thing in the world. Marvel and DC especially, they make it so easy where they want to start fresh a lot of times, but they want to do it in a way that they want the audience, me and you, to be able to pick up anywhere. Because there's so much history, right? We're going like I said, Batman is 80 years old. There's so much books of Batman in the past 80 years. But they want it to be that you could just come and pick up a Batman book and be able to follow and not get lost.
How often do people come who never read comics before, and what do you usually recommend to them?
That's a very big question, because we get people quite often that are I want to start a comic. What should I start? And then it's asking them questions like, is there someone you want to start with, like Batman? Do you want to start a comic that's not Batman? What are you into? Are you into like superhero stuff? Why don't you try Invincible? Are you into war stuff? There's a great book called Mouse. So we could go completely independent in that question and recommend titles like V for Vendetta, Mouse, and Coda, or anything that's like people have not heard of. And then we could go in a direction that like, oh, you like X-Men? Why don't you try The Life of X? X-Men this, X-Men that, Old Man Logan, if you've never read the Wolverine comic. So it's a very, where do you want to start? What do you want to really read?
Okay. Why you are personally interested in running a comics bookstore?
I just love comic books. I don't know what more I could say. Like, I grew up with it. I love it. I care about these characters, and I want to do something that I love, even if it gives me a headache every now and then, or we have issues and problems. I want to do something I love.